A poor family in one of the poorest villages in Vietnam took out a loan more than 12 years ago to build Mai Châu most successful homestay. They essentially pulled themselves out of poverty. What's even better is that, following their footsteps, 10 other families have now done the same. Together, they generated over 9 billion VND in revenue in 2019, increasing their per capita income from 14 million VND in 2013 to 94.2 million in 2019. This is actually a lot in rural Vietnam. This remarkable transformation not only changed their lives, but everyone else's in the village, forever. Today, we will travel 150 kilometers northwest of Hanoi to visit the very first family who started this. We'll talk to Lee, who had been there since the beginning, to learn about what it really takes to pull this off. We'll also spend the night to enjoy a very special performance. So buckle up and let's go. We set up on a Wednesday morning of March in Hanoi to Mai Châu, a hidden gem nestled in the heart of Vietnam Northwest Mountains. This valley is home to a major of Thai ethnic minority whose still houses and traditional customs add to its cultural charms. It usually takes you around 3.5 hours to reach Mai Châu from Hanoi, but for us, it took more than that because there is so much beauty along the way to rush through. We first stopped at this coffee shop perched in the middle of the winding slope to slowly take in this tranquil moment. A cup of coffee with a panoramic view of the mountain, no city's hustle and bustle. That was enough for a luxury morning treat for people coming from the city like us. At this point, we had gone half of the way but kept lingering over the beauty of the northern region. That was because of this magical destination, Tung Khe Mountain Pass, aka White Stone Mountain Pass. The iconic snow-white surface covered a vast stretch of the mountain like a typical Alaskan landscape, except for you are in Vietnam. Yet, Tung Khe is more than just a scenic rest stop. It is unbelievably a vibrant culture hub. Small still houses line up the edge of the mountain, forming a little village where locals sell fresh produce, free-range poultry, and local spices. The scent of food roasting over wood-burning stoves fill the air, adding to the authenticity of our experience. We purposefully did not eat breakfast for this very moment. Sit around the wood fire, try pork skewers, share a few sticks of rice, and enjoy the stunning mountain view. Plus this lovely cat. It's just simply the moment of peace. Just right after we passed Tung Khe, we made it to Mai Châu, then Mai Hik, where our real adventure began. We were searching for a family in this poorest village whose story of transformation were remarkable. They successfully lifted themselves out of poverty thanks to community travel and inspired other families to do the same. If you are not sure what community travel is, also known as community-based tourism, CBT, it involves locals directly in tourism, ensuring the benefits stay within the community and culture. In Vietnam, over 300 villages offer CBT experiences with over 5,000 homestays nationwide, according to Vietnam National Authority of Tourism. It's especially popular in the Northwest thanks to stunning landscapes, diverse cultures, and affordable prices. Still, not every place gets it right, losing their authenticity to commercialization. But the place we were about to meet in Mai Hik stands out as a powerful example of how tourism can uplift lives while staying true to tradition. Our very first experience in Mai Hik was this delicious meal with a few local dishes. Stir-fried buffalo with lom leaves, purple sticky rice, and grilled free-range pork fragrant of local spices. They were all cooked by local people with their warm hospitality. Where we had lunch was inside a lovely homestay in the small town of Mai Hik. They had a beautiful garden, nice pool, interesting local decoration, and even some cool corners for photos. It was hard to believe that this place was located in what was once the poorest village in Maichou. Something must have changed. But that was not where the story started. Walking just a few steps from our lunch spot, we were welcomed at an even more special place, Minghe Homestay, the first official homestay in the village run by a local Thai family. Here, we had a talk with a member and learned many interesting facts and inspiring stories behind their journey in providing community travel service.
Cứ sáng sớm lại đi lên nương, xong chiều tối mịt mới về, chỉ có lên đồi với cả xuống ruộng thì nhưng nó cũng kinh tế nó cũng không đủ ăn.
Everything changed in 2010 when a community-based tourism project sponsored by Cohat provided locals with training and resources to start homestays. Fortunately, families in Mai Hik, the most impoverished village, were chosen.
Ngày xưa là Cohat thì người ta cho chăn ga gối đệm với cả rèm. Có một số nhà thì được xe đạp, có người hướng dẫn cách phục vụ, cách đón tiếp khách nữa. Không, ngày xưa người Thái mình thì chỉ biết là nấu những cái đồ dân tộc mình thôi, nó không đa dạng món như bây giờ.
That support played as the leverage for families in Mai Hik to overcome the hardship. Accordingly, Minghe Homestay was established in 2012 as one of the pioneering family to switch from farming to community tourism.
Dạ, ngày xưa thì dân mình thì thứ nhất là thưa thớt hơn, cả chưa có nhà sàn, chưa đẹp mấy, toàn là nhà cổ ngày xưa ấy. Còn bây giờ thì nhiều nhà mới với cả sạch sẽ hơn, không còn chăn nuôi ở dưới gầm sàn nhiều như ngày xưa ấy. Từ ngày làm du lịch thì kinh tế của gia đình thì nó ổn định hơn này. Cuộc sống thì ngày càng thay đổi nhiều hơn. Với cả mình được giao tiếp, giao lưu học hỏi với nhiều người nữa.
The still house was transitioned into a big hall residence with community sleeping space and private room options. The space under the still house is used as a dining area. The founder also transformed their fishing pond into this beautiful little garden pool of natural spring, which visitors enjoy a fresh dip. They shook hands with their neighbors to provide a better experience during guest stay. The homestay can welcome up to 30 guests per day, but when it comes to big group of 60 to 80 guests, they tend to split up and share among other homestays nearby.
Mình cũng phải có sự liên kết với nhau. Ví dụ như nhà này có dịch vụ này, nhà kia có dịch vụ kia thì mình phải giới thiệu cho nhau. Từ nhà mình không có hôm nào mà không có bungalow thì mình có thể chia sang nhà khác. Còn những cái người tầm trung tuổi ấy, người thì đi làm phục vụ, người thì ở nhà trồng rau, nuôi cá để cung cấp cái nguồn thực phẩm bán cho những cái homestay để phục vụ khách.
Other activities we'll discover later are also examples of how locals do their business. It is about sharing and support to provide a thorough local experience, as well as generate better income for villagers, while the price for each is already inexpensive. Given such a great opportunity doesn't mean they didn't encounter any obstacles. As many businesses, they also struggle with capital raising. To be able to open a homestay, the founder had to ask for financial support within their relatives for a fund of 60 million VND. It was so big an amount of money for people in this area to have. They also took a risk by borrowing money through high-interest loans and a bank loan just to ensure the homestay would operate properly. They also had to travel to Hanoi to distribute their advertising flyers as business got so slow in the beginning. COVID, of course, is also their challenge.
Đến khá là nhiều là cái năm 2016, 2017, 2018. Sau lúc đấy thì mình lại sửa sang lại nhà cửa, bắt đầu lại đến Covid.
It wasn't until 2024 that their business came back to normal. As for ethnic minorities, it's language barrier that is their disadvantage. 85% of residents are Thai who speak their own local language. Many of them can't speak Vietnamese fluently, and it's even harder for them to speak English.
Người dân tộc ở đây thì không nhiều người biết tiếng Anh mấy. Những cái gì mà khách cần thiết thường xuyên quá thì mình cũng quen dần thì mình cũng biết một chút. Những cái vấn đề nào khó là có ai giải quyết.
Making up for the shortcomings, they concentrate on the great value of their services and most importantly, their hospitable spirit.
Cũng khá là hài lòng. Cái cũng thấy khen nhiều. Thì đến đây thì người ta bảo là khách đến bảo là chả biết là mọi người làm việc có mệt mỏi hay không mà cứ nghe thấy tiếng cười ấy.
Friendly people alone is not enough to attract visitors to Mai Hik. We decided to experience all the services that Minh Thơ Homestay had to offer. From sightseeing to cuisine, it was nicely done and incorporated between local families. And of course, they are affordable. We started it off by exploring the unspoiled nature. Cycling through the part where our homestay is located, we were stunned by authentic and incredibly mesmerizing rice fields. The crisp air, the rustling of the rice plants, the soft ring of the bicycle bells, it's just peaceful and unhurried. We took a short bamboo rafting trip on the Sia River. The water is calm, the mountains stood tall in the background, and all you hear is the soft splash of the paddles. Sometimes the laughter of the local children playing after school. The setting sun casting a golden glow hidden behind the bamboo bushes as we slowly flow on the river. We wish we could linger to that moment forever. Just magical. Back at the homestay, we were treated to a nice barbecue dinner. It was gorgeous, colorful, and full of flavors. Grilled meats and fish, sticky rice, and fresh vegetables. It's simple, but we are pretty sure it was made with care and love. As the night deepened, we gather up and admire the traditional performances of Thai girls. Delicate hand movements, colorful costumes, and music carries the weight of centuries of tradition. We were impressed by how beautiful and full of energy these young girls were. They are the perfect examples of the great people we met in Mai Châu, friendly, helpful, and always smiling. We ended up dancing around the wood fire, and it was one of the most memorable moments we had on this trip. Long before, Mai Hik was under the radar, but now it is becoming a great place to visit if you are into beautiful cultures and untouched nature beauty. Only about a dozen out of 70 households in this small town provide tourism service. Though the shift is still modest, it marks a hopeful beginning for residents of Mai Hik to improve their livelihoods, even if not everyone has the means or confidence to make the leap just yet. What about other places in Mai Châu? In the next morning, we visited more local families in the neighborhood and in Kun Pheo, another small village 15 kilometers away. Talking to some house owners, we learned that not everybody has the same opportunity like Minh Thơ Homestay to do something different. Per capita income of Kun Pheo commune is about 26 million VND per year. It's not at the bottom of the Northwest province's income, which is about 15 to 30 million VND per year. But agriculture farming is still their main income. The sad thing is, it depends a lot on the weather, which is getting harsher year after year. This local family we visited is not an exception. They spend most of the time on the farm. Their son finished education at high school and now supports them with farming. Their most precious thing to have, Maybe this beautiful still house with an open yard in the front. Any unforeseen event they need to confront, even small, can pull them down. They are really struggling to make ends meet. Is there any chance for locals in these areas to take a giant step out of the deep mud like Minto and other homestays in Mai Hik? The nature in these places is absolutely outstanding. We were bewitched by the captivating rice fields on both sides of the road, stretching endlessly and leading you to the villages. We were speechless about its beauty and at the same time, hope that this could be the advantage to develop community-based tourism or seize more life-changing opportunities. Thank you so much for staying with us on this 2-day 1-night adventure to Mai Chau. Follow us by clicking the subscribe button for more fascinating travel trips, tips, and guides. Until next time.